So the goal of this video is to show you how to use a spreadsheet tool called Google Sheets to calculate your business's profits and display them in a professional looking graph. Once you're in Google Sheets, go ahead and start a new blank spreadsheet. Click Untitled Spreadsheet to give your spreadsheet a meaningful title. You can use this share button right here. If you click on that, you will have a chance to type in any teammates' names, and then they can also have access to edit this and view this document so that you can collaborate as a team. And the first thing that we're going to do is enter our data that we've already calculated for our business. So the expenses and income for month by month. So I've calculated for my business for January, February, March, and April, but whatever months you have, you can go ahead and enter those. And then you can create a column for expenses and another column for income. And go ahead, you should already have these values ready to go. Okay, and now we're going to go ahead and actually calculate the profit using the spreadsheet to actually perform the calculations for us. So create a title for your column profit, and then instead of subtracting the expenses and the income manually to calculate the profit, we're going to actually have the spreadsheet do that. So go ahead and click equal, and then you're going to want to click on your income for that row. So notice that the C2 appears here. That's the name of that cell. So it's column C and row 2. And then we're going to type minus since we're doing subtraction. And then click the expenses for that month. So in this case, it's B2 because it's column B, row 2. And then if I hit enter, it has done the calculation for me by subtracting those values, and the difference, so the profit for that month would be $884. And this is really helpful because if you realize later you had, let's say you had mistyped your expenses and they were actually 2,461. If I go ahead and update that for that month, you can see the profit calculation has automatically been corrected and updated for me. And then another way you can save time here is go ahead and hover in the bottom right corner of that cell where that blue square is. You can see your cursor changes from a pointer to a plus sign, and then just click and drag down to fill in the rest of the table. And then you can see if you click on the cell, it's already filled in, but now instead of doing C2 minus B2, it's doing C3 minus B3, so subtracting the income and expenses in row 3 to calculate the profit for that row. And if you just continue that pattern on down the table, all of those calculations are done automatically for you. And then the final thing that we want to do here is to actually display all this data in a graph. And we just want our graph to show the month and the profit. So I'll start by clicking and dragging on the month column to select that data. And then I'm going to hold down the control on my keyboard, and that's to select more data. So I'm going to hold down the control key and then click and drag on the profit column. And now you can see the month and profit columns are both highlighted. Now I can go ahead here and click Insert Chart. And Google Sheets created a nice professional looking chart for me. And you'll notice if you do need to go back and make any more changes, once again, let's say I had a typo here. Let's say instead of 3,011 for my expenses that month, it was 3,005. And I could go back and update it. The profit updates automatically, and you may have seen this bar change. It also fixed it in the graph for me as well. And that's pretty much the big idea. Of course, you have lots more options. If you click on your chart, you'll be able to see if you want to go in here and customize it. You could change the style of your chart. You can change things like colors, fonts, and so forth to change the appearance. You could even switch the type. So if you decided you'd rather have, for example, a line chart instead of a bar chart, you have some different options to customize it there. And that is all there is to it.